that is my guy right now. Yeah, so shout out to Jake Paul.
Viddal, you seem to be in good spirits. How encouraged are you by the start to your boxing career, but also excited about what's to come?
I'm really excited about what's to come. What I've done so far, what I've achieved so far is, was fulfilling and was satisfying for the time. But as humans, we always move the goalposts and we always want to raise the level. No one's happy to stay in one place. And the same thing with my career. I achieved what I achieved, fighting in MGM Grand, fighting in Dubai, like really traveling the world and fighting, doing what I've done since I was a child. But now we're taking it to another level. The deal with KSI and Boxer is going to propel me from here to here. And I'm really excited to get that ball rolling.
When it comes to your boxing career, when did that feel like something that you really wanted to put all your eggs in, that you wanted to go full throttle for?
Well, when I got the opportunity to turn pro off a sparring session, it made me realize this is my path. I've been boxing since I was 6 years old. I won, 8 national titles, European medals and stuff like that. But as a child, you don't have rationale. You're just doing it. It's like something I've done. I'm winning. I'm good at it. And you just keep doing it. And then you don't really know that deeper purpose, that deeper meaning. You know what I mean? So I think when I was 18, 19, and that happened, I said, well, I'm going pro now. And I always wanted to be a pro. And I used to watch boxing with my dad. I never watched people with a vest and a head guard on. I was like, what's this? Are you making me do this? That's not what I wanted to do. I want to do what these guys do. So when that opportunity came and now I'm here, I'm like, this is what I actually want to do. And what better place to do it than on Sky Sports, honestly. Like, I'm excited.
And who were your inspirations growing up when you were watching boxing with your dad?
So David Haye. It was a big inspiration because he was the same weight as me, and well, not at that time, obviously. But I thought, my dad always said, "You'll grow into this weight. This will be your weight." So with that information and watching him and being from London and just being one of the biggest fighters in the world, David Haye definitely a big inspiration. Roy Jones Jr. big inspiration. Floyd obviously big inspiration. Growing up, and Evander Holyfield as well. I like to watch fighters that I believe I can show a resemblance to those styles, and those fighters I believe I can try and mix them up and be each of them at any given time, but obviously always be myself. So definitely those are inspirations growing up.
That experience you had training KSI for, I think, 2 or 3 fights you had with him, do you think that gives you a good vantage point? It gives you a great experience when you're becoming a boxer yourself now? Yeah,
massive experience. Like even today, these press conferences are not new to me. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was on the stage with Shannon Briggs saying he's gonna break my jaw. Like, it don't get bigger than that. I wasn't even fighting. But
how did that make you feel when that happened?
You know what? It's like whatever, innit? Like once I get to that point, if you're challenging me and you declare war, it's war. It is. Do you know what I mean? That's how I felt. Like no point was I scared of Shannon. I just felt like he was trying to pick on me because he knew I was a lot younger and I don't have half the experience or credentials he does, and tried to play on it. But I got a quick mouth, so I had to fire back at him. But that's what I mean. I've been in LA Staples Center doing press conferences out there. I've done press conferences in Men Arena, So when I see these things, I'm like, oh, we're back now, but it's for me. So it's more exciting because it's my time to talk about myself and deliver, whereas as a coach, you're always just sitting there like, please, I hope you do what I've been teaching you. I don't want you to embarrass us. It's all on me now, so I'm excited.
Do you think we'll see KSI back in the ring one time?
I don't know. Maybe when no one cares anymore. I think everyone will always care, but it'll be like Mayweather Pacquiao. Like, we all cared, we all watched it, but it wasn't when we wanted to originally see it. But once you're big enough, we're going to tune in anyway. So maybe at that point. But right now, he's killing the music thing. I always tell him, if you can make a living rapping words, don't get punched in your face. So hopefully he takes my advice.
And you mentioned some of the experiences you've had, incredible experiences you already had in boxing. I guess there'll be a temptation to rush things when it comes to turning pro, but are you prepared to be patient on this road to eventually doing something special in this sport?
Listen, I'm more than willing to be patient because it's all about progression. It's all about steady progression. I don't believe in rushing anything. Do you know what I mean? If you go from whatever walk of life it may be, you start off as a beginner and then throw yourself into expert level, you might be able to blag it a little bit, but you eventually get found out. You need to go through the levels and earn your stripes. I don't care how many followers I've got. That has nothing to do with my progression as a boxer. That just means more people will watch every time I get in the ring. doesn't mean I should just be jumping and calling out any name because it will get enough traction. Like, we'll leave Jake to do that. Jake Paul can do that because that's how he came into the game. I know the game, I respect the game, and that isn't the way to do it if you want to sustain a high level in here. If it's for quick cash, yeah, I'll call out this guy now and get the headlines. But I'm actually trying to be here and stay, and I want to be known as a champion who's deserving of being a champion, and a champion that remains. I don't want it to be a little blimp that everyone goes, oh yeah, he did have it. No, I have it. It's mine until I give it away. And to do that, you have to go through the levels, prove to yourself, prove to your team, prove to everyone that he's ready. And so I will take my time.
You mentioned Jake Paul there. I'm sure you've got a huge amount of respect for him as an individual,
at the moment,
as a boxer.
Yeah. At the moment, Jake Paul's my mate because he got me over 500k views talking about me the other day. I done a reaction video. Whoever can get you over 500k views, if you don't class him as your friend, you're in the wrong industry. That is my guy right now. Yeah, so shout out to Jake Paul.
But as a boxer, what have you made of his start to his career?
As a boxer, he's done everything that he can do. You know, everyone gives him stick again because of the amount of attention that he gets. People give him a lot of backlash, like, oh, you ain't fought this guy, you ain't fought that guy. Like, who is he supposed to fight? He only started boxing like the other day, so he's fighting the people who he should be fighting for someone that just started boxing the other day. But he's made good progression. He's proven to be the next level of influencer YouTube boxing. He's proven he's taken it to another level. Fair enough, me and KSI, we started it. I could say we started it with Joe Weller back in February 2018, but in terms of propelling it now to a stage where the traditional world really care and embrace it, Jake has continued that wave, and he deserves nothing but respect for doing that. But he just has to be careful, you know, whose toes he steps on and who he's insulting along the way, because I believe in respect, and I believe everyone has a lane and everyone should hold their lane.
And finally, before they kick us out here, what happens in that fight on December 18th between Jake Paul and Tommy Fury?
Been backing Jake, so I can't change it now, otherwise I'm going to look like a liar. Every interview I've done, I've said Jake's going to win, but I do believe that Jake will win. Jake wins either early KO or controversial points.
Why is that? Do you not think Tommy's at that level as a boxer, even though that is his trade?
I think it's not about Tommy's ability per se. It's about the nerve. It's about the occasion. You know, you can't. It's what I said again about levels. You don't come out of doing one thing and then jump into a big level. You got to build yourself. Not only build yourself with the opponents, but build yourself with the traction, the attention that's on you. And he's getting, it's just all come a lot, like very fast. Jake Paul's been doing this. He's been at this level. All he knows is main event. All he knows is pay-per-view. So I feel like Jake's going to get the win. He will hold his nerve. He will get the win. It might not be easy, but I think he comes out as the victor.